Hello there, my name is Skull, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time we had to take a nap to wake up on the second day after, well, a bit of a dream we had there. We're now down here. We've questioned Titus, which was, these essentially are, let's call them sort of the police, the Martinez group, essentially the group, the vigilantes here. They were the ones that killed the guy who turned out to be a mercenary who was causing trouble here. And one of them is missing. There's a woman that's missing who was also there. And we also got some information about a woman who we spoke to before who was apparently a rape victim of this guy. So, a lot of things happened last time, but before we continue on, looks like Kim wants to speak to us. So let's see what he wants.
Officer, what was that?
What was what? It looked strange when he mentioned the assault victim's name. Do you know that woman? Yes. Is there something I should know before we talk to her? I met her in the hallway after I woke up. Understood. You were not in good shape. Monday. She knows I didn't remember being a cop. Okay, that's manageable. And I tried to hit on her. Understood. He's stone-faced. But not to add anything to that. He nods. What else did you do? I didn't rape her. What you're saying is, he says in a little calm voice, you raped her. Ice is forming on the inside of your chest cavity. Cold sweat trickles down your neck. No. Then don't ever say that again. There's a pause. What else? Nothing. Let's move on. He nods. We'll all be alright, officer. This is nothing. You feel fortified by his assurance is going to be alright. Yes, everything is going to be fine. Nothing is gonna happen. Actually, I just realized money. So we're gonna try and see if we can go up some money. And what's this? Is that a window? Cafeteria window. Behind the dock workers, the ceiling height window. Behind dock workers, the ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. Squint. There's a little side panel up there to let some air in. No need to open its spring. It's too cold outside. Look out the window. Nothing. Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman. Motionless. The wind in the yard doesn't reach the hawthorn, nor does the light coming from the window. Okay, well, we lost some morale. We gained a morale, then we lost one. So let's go and find that woman who's right now upstairs, it seems. One moment, it's getting a little bit hard. So, where do we go? Those doors closed. This is her door, I believe. Door room 3, the door's closed. Knock knock. Who is it? A woman's voice answers from the door. This is the police. Can we come in? Come on up, the door's open, she shouts. Oh, sorry. Come on up, the door's open, she shouts. I'm drying my hair. Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up. A couple of balls here, we can pick them up. Do our cleaning. We're being a gentleman, you know, we're not really stealing anything, we're just taking up stuff. Hotel bill calculations, looks like she's had an extended stay. Piles of dirty clothes, a woman. You see the yard below, the corpse is no longer there. Medicine cabinet. This medicine cabinet is full of wares, sheets of pills, hapster stacked out on one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in the store. Look at the toothbrush. This has been used quite a lot. Look at the medications. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet, and pill bottle next to pill bottle, oxalatic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners. There's quite the collection here. Anything of note? He asks in a lower voice. Search the bottles. Pill bottles rail like bones as you search the cabinets. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads Nacra. Whisper. What's Nacra? An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses. Search the pill sheets. Among some foreign, probably Messenian or Gottwaldian marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how. Is there something more interesting here? Chemical hangover. Sure. A bright orange ball with Preptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby! That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms against the sweet just holding that little plastic container. What's so exciting about this orange ball? It's speed, man! Just what you were looking for! They call it dextromethane. I pronounced that horribly. And talk about psychological disorders, but what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed. Okay. Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Preptide. Preptide, an euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed. The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super effing preppy! Let's close cabinets for now. We're not gonna take it. We said we're not taking speed. We're not taking speed. I think we're good without speed. Maybe, unless that's how he got all the 12 cases in a year solved every time. I don't know. This top here. There's the bed. The bed has been hastily made. We're up here now. The smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Cold coffee in ashtray looks like a hedgehog. Look, a handful of dry wildflowers. Hand-eye coordination. Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them up from the roof, picking them up in the air. Hand-eye coordination medium. That's move your hand fast. You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly out in the wind. It's a Maybell. The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand, just like it lands, and takes a drag of her cigarette. Lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod. These are dried Maybell. Alright, so I have some couple interactive stuff I have not looked at. I'll check them out later. But here's a woman. Klaasje.
Welcome to the roof.
Miss Orange disco dancer. The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below a silvery jumpsuit and athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you've got here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wander north toward the yard. Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible on the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
There's something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of a man. Oh, you mentioned the cleaning lady? I think I need one.
Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell is opened in there.
Disco Inferno.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the one and only superstar cop. It's kind of a big deal around here. That's a good phrase over the superstar cop. These are some interesting lines. This is the part of the Kib thing I told you about.
Yes, I understood that, officer.
Turns to the young woman.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Ah, I see.
She takes a pensive drag out of her menthol cigarette. Be careful. That's something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you've been through something difficult. No need to dilly-dally, she's tough. Thanks, coach, but I think I'll dilly-dally this time. You'll sound like a namby-pamby. What is your name, miss, for the record? Klaasje Amando. And where are you from? Redfort, Republic of Orange. What is Orange? A bad memory, officer. Understood, miss. It's the past. She takes a sip of her coffee. People can't go back to the past. And how old are you? I'm 28. She takes a drag. What do you do, miss? What is your specialization? Something stupid. What's that? Orange's lit. Orange's lit? Orange's literature. It's what I study at the university. She raises both eyebrows. Back to you. Back to me. She breathes in the menthol flavor fumes soaring in her lungs. I won't ask for that. We'll just. Yeah. Orange's lit. What do you do with it? Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. It's not very cool, but what can you do? Go take a look at your passport, please. I'm afraid you can't, officer. Why is that? Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag in an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets. Think of her condor. Why? They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. And how do I know you've told us your real name? If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Klaasje Amandu. It's a weird name. I'm pretty sure I have the legal right to demand your passport, miss. Look, officers, she turns to face you both. I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brawl on Boogie Street. I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom. Okay then. Okie dokie. She pours herself more coffee. If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements. Okay. Thank you, that's it for the record. The record. So official. I think a nice room you've got there. Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. What are you doing here in the Rolling Rags? I'm wintering. How long have you been staying in here? She calculates. About 4 months. I came in November. Why here? Here in Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Ravachol? Here in Martinez. I heard this is where the washed up disco has-beens go. I mean, you're too young to call yourself a disco has-been. She smirks. I'm really not. You have quite a collection of prescription drugs down there. Thank you. I put a lot of time ever into it, she says without any discernible irony. Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Ravachol, but you should still remind her. No further questions. I always heard you RCM guys are cool. She gets restored you with her cigarette. You are. I have other questions for you. Okay, shakes offensively, drag off a cigarette. Why do you reflect on the bedroom window, tall and sparkling, draped in smoke? They tell us you've been through something difficult. Something difficult? She has her eyebrows. I've been through at least a half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? Well, you're sexually assaulted, miss. Be sexually assaulted, you mean rape? She takes a quick drag, unperturbed. Yes. Bit early in the morning for a rape, isn't it? She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered. And what does that mean? Were you... Yeah, she draws the word out. I'm gonna go with not raped. I can't say that stuff about him. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more searching for the word, then shrugs. Rapeable. Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted? Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. Wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery and sexual assault maybe. It was clear latter would be spicier. So Ty has asked you to spice things up for us? Pretty much. She cradles her coffee cup in her both hands, warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life. Are you sure you weren't raped? I'm 89% sure. So you're not entirely sure. You know how it is? Do you? Do I? She flicks a bit of ash away. Maybe you don't. The ash lands on her jumpsuit. She brushes it off. The numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're close. In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. Well, no one deserves to be raped. I'm sure there's one person in the world who does. A crooked smile. I mean, there are so many people, but let me make this clear. The man who was hanged from that tree did not rape me. What did happen between you and the victim? We partied. What kind of partying? But your bullet face the kind I do? With all due respect, sir, I think we party a little harder than that. No one parties harder than me. Please, you're alive and 50. I've known people who party too hard are dead at 14. She stopped to take a short drag. What did you do? When you partied? We drank, sir. She asked her for coffee. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him. What else? Stimulants. Speed also has that effect. Making you drink harder and then drink harder makes you do more speed. It's quite a combination. We also had sex. Okay, so that's why they said they raped the girl. That she actually had sex. Alright. You were lovers? I guess you can say that, yes. A bit. Lovers is such an emotional word, but there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be. How did you meet? Lieutenant's voice is quiet, calm. Downstairs, she was on the roof with her 10-centimeter heel. At the bar. He was some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar. When was this? A month ago? Something like that. Must have been hard for you, pointed the yard, seeing him there. Oh yes, she says bitterly. I've had a great view from the booth out of the bathroom window in my dreams. A bitter cringe. It hurts. He looked at the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer. You called us, the RCM. Yes. So she did it. Okay, the plot thickens. Let's see. She was the caller. The call, reporting to Hangig? That was you? I made it, she nods, and I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching. Reporting crimes is confidential and revocable on this. The caller's voice was disguised. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. Nicked it? Oh. With nail clippers, and I diverted some radio fuzz into the cold wire. Which landline? The one downstairs, officer. I used the whirling landline. Some clever tampering, simple and clever, crossing without lines like that. Don't mention it. She must have had training of some kind. Why go through all the trouble? I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires. Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do. I didn't want to, sir, but if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age? I'm sorry, I can't do that. She puts on a cigarette. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him like he is now. I can't talk about his, I don't know, hair. Another puff. More nervous. I know it's difficult, miss. We're gonna turn to it later. She meant she sees him in her dreams. I've also seen him in a dream. You have? Like I do, I imagine. She's running out of cigarette, time to light a new one. Continue. He sees them eat in each other's arms. You're in each other's arms. Yes. And then he looks dead. His mouth agape. His mouth agape. She looks into the light green pack of cigarettes and pulls out another one, preparing to light. Well, I see him as me. She shifts a cigarette and the lightest flame inhales and looks at you with her lungs full of smoke. I can see the similarity, yes. She breathes out through her nostrils. The air smells of menthol. Funny, the lieutenant says softly. Funny how? Nothing. He nods to the yard. I also saw him. We had a long inspection, that sort of thing sticks with you. Let's move on. What did they hang him for, if not rape? He had something to do with the strike. One has been rolling since I got here. Rough on timing, few things, but you probably know all about. And his role in the strike was what? I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean, but I understood it was dangerous. And they lynched him for it? She nods. How do Hardy Boys know you? There are frequent guests downstairs. She looks at the floor. It's tired. They have a booth for the Union members. They're probably down there. How did you meet? Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. Did you party? A little, yeah.
Make a party with the deceased? No, not as hard. Sorry to have to ask, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys? I have. Which one? Which one, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously, but as I said, it's been a long winter. Well, thank you for telling us all of this, miss. She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid. We should head back downstairs, officer. Lieutenant looks at you. We may have things to discuss there. Let's go. Now, where does this lead, I wonder? Bar door. This is a small, heavy door. There's no lock here. What does this lead to? I don't know. It makes no in his notebook. It's not the first closed door we found in this building. There's also a mysterious blue kitchen door. Do you think it's important? I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. Below the hotel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight, a skeleton of comp beside super beams and cantilevers. Top on the roof with your foot. A dull thump somewhere inside a wind brace spirals from the imperceptible motion of the building. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and not sort of young women, a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not important. Let's leave and head downstairs. We learned quite a lot, so let's make our way downstairs so we don't interrupt the good lady. Oh, there's a clear window. This window is pretty on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an unnaturized golden halo. Run your finger across the surface of the glass. Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges, but the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface. This window was recently replaced. Looks like it, yes. Just as glasses. We'll leave for now. Okay. Didn't expect that to be something there. Well, we'll make our way out.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate? Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped out one layer of whatever it is. As usual, not cooperate, their story was definitely not part of the plan. Says in a hushed voice. Why did she tell us all of that? What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known. If not you, then me. It was smart food from her. She seems candid. You think so? A shadow runs across his face. Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of a candor with some facts thrown in draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough. Seems like that. Well, we got time enough, to continue on, so we can question them in now, or we can question them another time. Let's chat with the old lady over here, the old
Just
Lena.
a moment.
The woman turns back to the cafeteria manager. She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed layer of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby.
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
Cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, ma'am. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
She sighs. No, mister here. This is Klaasje's handiwork. She cut the line. Why do you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to be back on Monday night, but they're still missing and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hits through the dense
tickets of reed, something sweet in it, Solomon. A damn chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the Wellington rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
What is this expedition your husband was on? Oh, just some fieldwork, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday, she sighs. What could be keeping them? The waterlock. That was broken. Could this be it? Wait. Who's this Gary person? Do you trust him? She smiles. Oh, sweet. He's nothing like that. Gary's loyal as they come. I trust him with my Hudson's life any day. Well, whatever it is, the warlock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there. Oh my! What happened to the waterlock? You may not believe it, but looks like some maniac crashed his motor carriage into it. Ah, sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, she turned to the lieutenant. Thank you both. You're welcome, ma'am. She was back to you. I had to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband. This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the warlocks weren't prepared. And it's cold out there. If I see him, I'll let him know you're here, when or if I get there. It's a task. Oh, you're such a dear, sweetie. Thank you, sweetie. So your husband's some kind of scientist? Oh yes, she said with a pinch of pride. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise. What is cryptozoology? It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends. The lieutenant sounds unimpressed, probably, I'd imagine. That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions. She's used to playing off such insults casual, but they still affect her. My apologies, ma'am. I do not mean to undermine your hobby. It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless. And frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research. She's completely internalized. Her husband's struggles. They're our own. Tell me more about moral. Looks character, your relationship. Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. Well, what does your husband look like? Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's, and his palms are quite coarse from all the fieldwork, but he's quite gentle. It's always a chance to describe the person you know best in the world. That's good enough. Let me ask you something else. The woman's face flushes with embarrassment. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm afraid I'm not very good at this sort of thing. How long have you been married? We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. His smile stopped. Not the most numerical satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. It's 16th anniversary? Odd. 16 years, okay. How did the two of you meet? Via a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from an accident, and he just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are. She smiles wistfully. She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later. I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on. I hope I've been useful. Tell me more about this rare insect your husband was looking for. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating, she carries herself. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae. Lieutenant gives you a sideways glance. No, I want to hear about this insect. Well, she hesitates. It's a phasmid, technically, but... Oh yeah, here comes the interesting. Whether phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulidan coast. She looks at you with the eye and nods thoughtfully. Hence the name, the Insulidan phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers? There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name. I knew it. Lieutenant sighs. We're going to be chasing a made-up insect with cryptozoologists. It's not made up of, sir, I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it all exists. And what makes you think the phasmids around here?
Well, some teenagers making out and read saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper. But they're encountered with a ghost insect that looks like reeds. Guy sent us the clipping. So newspaper clippings is all the evidence you have? Of course, most phasmid sightings turned out to be false alarms, but the description matched the Insulian phasmid perfectly, and didn't even know what they were looking at. Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkled behind her glasses. You seem really excited about this cryptid. Cryptide or cryptid. Whatever, how is this right? I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobbies horses. So, is it dangerous? She chuckles to herself. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Is it valuable? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptology for the money, sweetie. Does it have cool powers? Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. Her face lights up with the thought of it. It's how it stayed hidden all these years. Centuries even. Okay, so what's so special about this stick bug then? Move on. Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. The woman's face flushes with embarrassment. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you would understand, I'm sure. I think I won't suggest for now. I think I'll say that's all for now, ma'am. Thank you. And we're coming into the... I'm running out of time, guys. I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, comment down below with questions, and subscribe to the channel. Until then, I'll catch you guys hopefully later in the next episode. See you later.